Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm JDM, your host. Thank you so much for tuning into the How I'm Feeling podcast. I'm really excited for this first guest, Jules Montgomery. Jules Montgomery is a young entrepreneur based in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I'm so excited for the intel and value he's about to provide for us on his money-making process with his business. Jules,
what's going on,
my brother?
What's going on?
What is going on with you, man?
I'm doing good. How are you? It's an early morning, man. I got class in a little bit, but I was able to squeeze some time in and hop on this podcast with you. I'm excited.
Early morning, brother. Early morning. I know how that morning grind goes, man. I had to get up early to prep for this too. So I'm super glad you were able to come on, man. You're one of my best friends, my brothers. We've done a lot of things together, so it's only right that we have this first podcast together,
Mm-hmm. For sure, man. I'm excited. Let's get to it.
Okay, let's get right to it. Let me set this timer. Boom. Okay. So, Jules, my brother, let's have a great, valuable conversation, okay? So, my question for you is, when did your love for hustling and being an entrepreneur start? Ever since I've known you, you've been getting money, several businesses, it's been really interesting to see your journey. So, why don't you talk to us about where your love for that started?
Yeah, man. So to think back to where the love started for the hustle, for the grind, I can think back all the way to I was in high school. I had a good friend, Cameron McClellan. We actually sold Toblerone chocolate bars at our high school, and I can think back. That was probably 2007. That was my first time dealing with entrepreneurialism. Going across the street to the grocery store, buying the chocolate bars at a discounted price, and then coming back to campus and selling those chocolate bars to the kids whose parents didn't let them go across the street or didn't have access to that. So I can think back all the way to high school, man, where those roots begin with my entrepreneurialism dreams and my goals, and they continue to this day with what I'm doing on an everyday basis.
Wait a minute, so let me get this straight. You were selling Toblerone chocolate bars at school. Was this elementary school? Was this middle school? Like, how long did this happen? Was this the first time you did something like this?
This is like the first memory I have. I might have done something earlier with sour strips, but I do remember the Toblerone chocolate bars. Me and my friend, we had lockers right next to each other. We were in high school. We had lockers right next to each other. I had the vanilla envelope inside of my locker that I taped inside. We kept all the earnings in there, and he had all the Toblerone chocolate bars in his. So we were able to do everything 50-50 because I couldn't put any money in the vanilla envelope without selling one of the Toblerone chocolate bars that he had. So we worked together 50-50. It was like a co-partnership. And as I said, there could have been some times earlier, but that is my very first very vivid memory of entrepreneurialism with me.
So you were an entrepreneur in high school,
Yeah, it's crazy, man, because I didn't even really know what I was doing. I was just like, okay, I needed a few dollars on the weekends when I wanted to go see some movies with my friends. Instead of having to ask my parents, let me try to save up some money. So at the time, I didn't even know it was entrepreneurialism. I didn't even think about any of that type of stuff. I was just thinking I needed some more money in my pocket on top of what my parents were giving me on the weekends.
Oh, so hold on, man. So you was getting double. So parents was giving you something in high school, and you was taking that, you was buying the Toblerone chocolate bars, and you was trying to make more for a profit. Before we go any further, I just wanted to let you guys know that this podcast is sponsored by JDM Creative Visuals. JDM Creative Visuals is a modern day production company that's built to inspire, uplift, and motivate every single individual through quality and captivating content.
Exactly.
Okay. So these rules start.
Yeah. So I was getting my money. What I'm saying, from my parents, and with that money, I'll go across the street, buy the chocolate bars from Fields Market, bring them back. What I'm saying, and resell. Went to a private school. What I'm saying, where you could buy lunches. They had vending machines. People were spending like $10 per lunch. They had bagels during snack. What I'm saying, people were spending $2 to $3 during the snack bars. I seen this happening, so I said, hey, Toblerone chocolate bars. That's the hot candy product that was at the time. What I'm saying. So we went with that. So that was that experience.
That's amazing, man. So you was hustling, entrepreneuring in high school, man. I don't know a lot of people like that. I didn't even know that, and we talk every day. I'm your best friend. I didn't know you was flipping. I went to high school with you. Like, how come you didn't send me a Toblerone, bro?
See, man, you might not have been into my market. We were one class difference. We were one class difference. We might have had different snacks, different lunches. You know what I'm saying? So we were really just trying to stay active, and we didn't want this to get too out of hand and crazy. Because we were at a school. We didn't know if we were breaking any rules or anything. But we figured we gotta have that mindset. Like, if we don't try it, like, we don't know. So like, that's what I do to this day. Like, with ideas that I have, like, I just go and try them. You know what I'm saying? If they don't work, boom, they don't work. I'll maneuver from that. But, we tried it. It worked. It did what it was supposed to do, provided that movie money on the weekends, and, we were happy.
I like that. You have a business, brother. Rise. It's more than basketball. It's a brand. It's a lifestyle. Talk to me about starting Rise off in Los Angeles, moving to a different location. Talk to me about the early stages of where you were at Rise.
Man, so you want the early stages of Rise, or you want the whole story? Like, Rise encompasses like the last 3 to 4 years of my life. So I can dive in deep. Where would you like me to start with it?
I like it to actually start. I like to start at the start. Does that make sense? So tell me how things got started, and then how you transitioned that brand to where you are now in New Mexico.
Cool. Yeah. So the way it started off. My background, I played basketball my whole entire life. High school, played in college, went overseas. And while I was overseas, when I was seeing my career was coming to an end playing wise, I was gearing myself in for the next chapter, and I wanted to get into training. I wanted to get into coaching because that's all I knew. Basketball's all I known. So I went back home to Los Angeles, following my last season playing overseas in China. When I was in Los Angeles, I got a job at the local YMCA. So working at that local YMCA was able to provide me a network of kids that I can start getting my name out there. I can start training some kids, getting some confidence in my coaching and my training abilities. So it all started with getting that little job at the YMCA that kind of like boosted my confidence. It also provided a market of players for me to network with. And from there, as I said, I was doing private trainings with them, one-on-one trainings, little small group trainings. And then I said, hey, like, let me put a tryout flyer together. Let me see if I can get a group of kids, all right? Not just 1, 2, 3. Let me see if I can get a whole team, maybe 6, 7, 8. Put a flyer together, went online, outsourced the flyer, put that flyer together, passed it around to everyone at that YMCA, posted it all around the YMCA, created social media accounts for it, had that first tryout. And then from there, I was able to really expand and transition. So to get back to that very, very start, it started with YMCA. It started with private trainings. It started with building my relationships with those one-on-one private training clients. I can actually think back, one of my early one-on-one private training clients, I initially, after I left the YMCA, and I did that tryout, I did have a good success, 10 players on the team. I needed to find a gym to practice. So I actually went to one of those private training clients that I've been training, that I built that relationship up with, and I said, hey, maybe if I can lock in 10 trainings with their son, but you pay up front, that would allow me to use that money to reinvest into the group and go get some gym time at a facility. So my very beginning stages, man, we're grinding, we're building relationships, we're just staying in the gym, working the YMCA, doing that. Even though I knew that wasn't going to be my long-term goal, I wasn't going to be there forever, I used that to catapult me to the next level. So that's that whole start of the start. And then if you have anything, yeah.
Very very humble beginnings. You mentioned a lot of things: reinvesting, going for it, not waiting for something to come to you. You went to it. It's crazy because we talk on an everyday basis, and even sitting here talking to you, I'm understanding you a lot better. I don't know whether it's the podcast setting or what it is, but there's so many things I wondered about you, and seeing this is like really interesting. you started the business, you took it to New Mexico, the roots are in Los Angeles. What were the early struggles of starting the business? And when I say the early struggles, I mean like if there's one or two things where I know you were frustrated about a couple things, what were some of those frustration levels? Talk to me about that.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, was the financial. Being able to secure a gym in long term. When you're dealing with these gyms, they don't just want someone who's renting for one day. They want someone who's on a continuous basis, on a monthly basis. And I was just doing private trainings at the time, $60, $50, $60, $70 a training, once a day, once every other day. I'm still living with my parents. I'm still trying to get my financials together. So I didn't have the capital to just put money up front to lock in a gym. And I didn't know how many kids I was gonna have, So that beginning struggle was the capital to lock in a gym and not knowing, the kids that you're gonna have. The second struggle that I really can think back to, now that I think about it, man, was honestly just being by myself. You know what I'm saying? I did have that first tryout. It was 15, 20 kids. I felt like I needed to really be able to show what I can do, and it was tough with 20 kids by myself. So I had to call out Christian Fuentes. You know him. He actually came to my first Rise tryout because I felt like I needed more help. I didn't know if I was going to have one kid. I didn't know if I was going to have 20. I didn't know if I was going to have 200. But I wanted to be prepared. I wanted parents to see, okay, this isn't just one guy who's trying to coach all these kids. He has some help. You know what I'm saying? There is some structure. There is some organization. So the very beginning, man, those two struggles were just being by myself at first and thinking I can do everything by myself, and having to open up and to reach out and find someone to come on board and help, and then also just having that money.
So as you start to get more money and more success, I noticed one thing you say, you need to build a team that was around you. When I say team, I mean not just the kids you were working with, but a personnel around you that can best suit you. That's very, very interesting because, I always talk to people about when you get up there, stop trying to do everything by yourself. So that's very, very interesting that you brought that point up. I'm glad you actually said that. What was it about, or what is it about money that you love so much? And when I say that, I mean, it's just like when I see you, we interact, money seems to be a driving factor behind a lot of things, right? So talk to me about your early relationship with money and what about it excites you.
My early relationship with money, don't come from a lot of money. My father's a carpenter. My mom works at a school, secretarial, receptionist type position. So we don't come from crazy money, but we weren't, crazy poor at the same time. Just seeing them work and grind and do what they had to do to provide, kind of instilled at a young age those traits. You got to grind for it. I have that mindset with my program: no grind, no eat. Like if you don't grind, you're not gonna eat. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's just seeing that grind. Like the grind to me is what I love about it. Like what I'm saying, like having an idea and executing it and putting in the work and doing that nitty gritty work. What I'm saying? Not just say, oh, I want to do this and wait for it to come. What I'm saying? What I love about, the money is not necessarily having it, is getting it. What I'm saying? Is putting in the time every single day, waking up 6 a.m., posting that content on my social medias, sending some emails out to parents, responding back to text message I'm getting. It's just doing that every single day work is what I love. And yeah, it was instilled into me in a young age. And then going to a private school where, I'm seeing kids pull up in the parking lot, Mercedes-Benz, Lexus, Audi, and wanting that, to this day, I feel like the things I buy, the things I spend my money on are things I couldn't get when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? And to me, I like that as well. You know what I'm saying? So that also drives me, just to be able to those things that I wanted as a kid. I seen other people get that I really couldn't get. If it was a car, if it was the latest pair of sneakers, if it was the latest piece of equipment, a MacBook, a laptop, the latest piece of technology, the iPhone, those type of things. I had it, you know what I'm saying? Might have not been the latest, say the PS5 just came out, I'm still rocking the PS4. You know what I'm saying? It still gets the job done, but now, that's another thing that drives me, just being able to buy those things that I do want when I want them and not having to wait. That's what pushes me, you know what I'm saying? Like I want to be able to buy a house in the future. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to have a facility for Rise Basketball School that I call my own home in the future. So those are the things that drive me to be able to get there.
Do you equivalate money and monetary gains with the level of success?
Honestly, I don't. I equivalate being able to do what you want when you want, and being able to afford the things that you want, that you can get. I just think that it's not a dollar amount. You know what I'm saying? I think to me it's the lifestyle. And that's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. Do I want to have $1 million? Yes, I want to be called a millionaire, But at the end of the day, like if I don't have $1 million and I'm able to live my lifestyle how I live it every single day, then I'll be okay. Waking up this morning, my girlfriend's still in bed. I'm up 5:30. I sneak into the office. I'm able to hop on my social media, do some reshares to engage with my community. I'm able to check my website to see if there's anything I need to change. I'm able to send off some emails, replies. I fell asleep a little early last night. If any parents messaged me late night, and I went back to bed, got it 30 minutes in. Boom, had a 1 hour class meeting with my work, my 9 to 5 job. Boom, After that, I'm able to hop on the podcast with you. I'll be able to go to my Rise practice later on this afternoon. If I wanted to go to California this weekend and visit my family, I can. And to me, that's how I look at success. Not by a monetary number, but by the lifestyle that you live and choose to live.
Wow, I mean, you just literally answered two questions further that I had for you. I wanted to know what a day in the life of an entrepreneur and of your life in particular, but you kind of showed us that, you know what I'm saying? So I really like that. Is you. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it. So let us know. Walk us through your day. A life of an entrepreneur. 5:30. Get it started.
Okay, yeah, man. So I wake up. So I live in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I live next to a farm where there's roosters, there's donkeys, and they're up. I call them Jeffrey and Jimmy. They're up by 6 a.m. I beat them up this morning. So I was in the office 5:30. It was still dark outside. As I mentioned, I'm on the computer. I'm sending off some tweets. I'm sending off some reshares on Instagram, responding back to some DMs. I'm on my website looking at my new prototype I have coming out, checking my Fiverr, which is my third-party service that I use for a lot of my graphics and stuff like that. I'm just connecting with the people I need to connect with. That's probably 5:30, 6:30, 7:30. I'll put about 2 hours in the office. Following that, I do have my teaching job. I'm a PE teacher. Every single day, I teach middle school PE. So I knock that out 8 to about 2:30. In between classes, I'm checking emails. I'm on the website. I'm on social media, responding to comments, putting my post out there. Maybe I might put a podcast on, YouTube video during lunch. So throughout my work throughout my classes and work, I'm also trying to learn. I'm also being productive and proactive. Following class, I like to get a little nap in if I can, maybe 30 minutes to an hour, because I know I'm about to go into a full practice with my youth basketball program, and I like to have 100% when I go into the practice. So I have my practice normally in the afternoons. It could be about an hour and a half. If I have any private trainings, semi-private trainings before or after, knock those out. As I said, want to have high energy. That's why I get that nap in. So I put about 2-3 hours with Rise Basketball School face-to-face in the afternoons. After that, come back home. If I need to post any any content that I might have recorded from those workouts. Might have to connect with my videographer, Tyrell, who comes out, shoot some clips. He might be coming back to the house with me, come on the computer, open up Adobe, edit some clips for social media, and then, man, go to sleep by at least 8:30, 9 o'clock so I can wake back up and do it all over again.
Wow. That's a lot. You have a lot going on. Oh, one thing I'm interested in is, so you work a 9 to 5 and you're an entrepreneur. So you have the best of both worlds. A lot of people would say, especially now with COVID, you get to work from home and then focus on after you're done or on a different laptop of your business, right? So talk to me about the differences between working a 9 to 5, what you like, what you don't like, and the difference between that and compare it to being an entrepreneur, what you like and what you don't like about both sides.
The schedule, okay, 9 to 5, you have that schedule that you got to stick to. Entrepreneurial schedule, lifestyle, as I said, man, you can do what you want when you want. So that's the number one thing, is just like the time and the schedule. Number two, the money. With the 9 to 5, I know what I'm getting every 2 weeks. With the entrepreneurial grind, you might be up 1 month, you might be down the next. You can't, who knows? COVID happens. Things can happen. Stuff can change. So the money is another thing that I noticed. It's consistent, it's secure with the 9 to 5, and with the entrepreneurial grind is roller coaster. So to me, those are the two main things that stick out. As you said, it is like a win-win to be able to work from home and be an entrepreneur right now, because you can take advantage of your time a little bit more between breaks, between classes, lunch breaks. You can take advantage. You can do some things that you might not have been able to do, if I wasn't in person in class. I can't leave campus, and do certain things. But now I'm here, I can just easily send off an email during a break, or easily post on Instagram or YouTube during a break. So those are the two main differences that I see with the 9 to 5 grind and then the entrepreneurial grind.
And you do get the best of both worlds too. When COVID first started out, I was hating a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, man. I mean, you was getting good money from both sides, and me, I didn't have that 9 to 5. So I definitely, you getting your dental, you're getting all this fixed, and it's not all so heavily relied on your Rise basketball program. You have the school in here, and it's diversity. That's a key word, I think. Diversity in how you're having your income come. So I'm new. I've never started a business before. I'm 20 years old. I'm 18 years old. I wanna take off. What advice can you give me for starting a business?
Man, it just brings me back to when I was that age. I started a clothing line, JMLA. It was a clothing line, streetwear. I lived in Los Angeles. I was able to take advantage of my resources, living next to the fashion district, the garment district downtown. So I can just give you, what I learned tremendously from that experience, man, is just believing in yourself, number one. I didn't have anyone to say, oh, man, Jules, like, go create your own streetwear line. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was really the only one who believed in myself initially. You know what I'm saying? But I was able to build that momentum and propel it into something great. I was able to get Willie Cauley-Stein, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Kobe Bryant, rest in peace, man. People to share in what I created, and to provide positive feedback, and let me know what I was doing was something that impacted them. So I just think that believing in yourself, giving 100%, not listening to the critics, you know what I'm saying? Like, you hear them, you know what I'm saying? You hear them, but, you know what I'm saying? Like, just believing in yourself, you know what I'm saying? And just going, you're at that cliff, you're at the edge of the cliff, man, jump, you know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to jump. Don't be afraid to ask mom, dad, friend for help, you know what I'm saying? Hey, can I get $100, you know what I'm saying? Because I need to invest that into this, because I really believe in it. And that's the last $100. Like, if you need that, go ask. I feel like a closed mouth is not going to get fed. So you 18, 19, 20-year-olds who have dreams of having your own business or having your own brand or working for yourself, go for it. Don't let anyone tell you you can't do it. It's going to be hard work. You're going to need to network. You're going to need to build a community, and that's going to take time. So understand it's not an overnight process. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So those are my words, man, to the next generation of entrepreneurs that are trying to come up in the world. It's tough, but it's there for you. You know what I'm saying? It's there for you. Take advantage of the technology, the things that are right in your hand.
Perfect, man. That was delivered really. You know what I mean? Quickly, Jules, 5 years. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? I ask you this all the time. Every day I think I ask you this. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
Hey, man, 5 years from now, I'll be 34, going on 35. I see myself, Rise Basketball School, solidified as one of the go-to spots in the USA for youth basketball skills development. If that is virtually, if that is person to person, we'll have our own facility by then where we're hosting our own tournaments. We're running our daily practices. We're running our daily private trainings, group skills clinics. That's going to be in the running in the next 5 years. You'll probably see me married. You might see a little Jules running around here as well. But for sure, Rise Basketball School, which is the seed that I planted a few years ago, like it should be fully blossomed. I'm also doing some other things, sneaker flipping. That's a side hustle of mine right now. I also got a few other projects that are in the mind right now, boiling. I'm ready to bring to life. So you'll see a lot in the next 5 years, man. As you said earlier, diversify. I don't want to just have all my eggs in one basket. You know what I'm saying? I want to have a little bit here with the youth sports. I want to have a little bit here with the sneaker flip market. I want to have a little bit here with the community outreach and give back. You know what I'm saying? I want to have a little bit here with the technology. I want to have a little bit here with stocks. So I want to be able to just continue to build and reinvest into myself and continue to grow, man.
That's beautiful, bro, and it's scary. If you see that rise, your basketball, your baby, your business, if you see that seed blossoming in 5 years, I'm scared to what's gonna happen in the next 20 years. That's really scary. So Jules, where can people find you at? Where can they connect with you?
Yeah, man. So you can find me on all social media platforms. Rise Basketball School, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I also have my personal Instagram, Jules Dub, 3 B's, Jules Dubb. You can catch me there. I'm all over the internet as far as just posting content. I'm out there. I'm active. This is my life. This is what I do. As I said, I'm not waking up at 5:30 in the morning for nothing. You'll see me, if you want that morning motivational tweet, morning motivational post, you might be able to see that on my page. If you're looking for some early morning drills, basketball players, man, you can definitely see that on the Rise page. Yeah, man, I'm out there in social media on the web. Go ahead and check me out.
Cool. Make sure you guys, on my following base, make sure you guys check this brother out. He's somebody that will inspire you daily, and his content is quality. Jules, thank you so much for coming on the How I'm Feeling podcast. It was an honor to interview you and learn from you and talk to you. I'm excited for what you have for the future, and I'm sorry for those little nephews of mine to be running around.